much for just taking out the time to speak with us today. I'm so eager and excited to hear your story and just learn more about, your journey, of course, to becoming eligible to vote and what this, means to you, and of course, why voting is so important. So, after 21 years, of course, of waiting, what does this mean to you? Can you just put in words how this, what it means to you to finally be able to vote now?
Well, first off, I want to thank you, and I want to thank our IATSE members. You guys also been great supporting group throughout this process. Definitely, it's been a journey. 21 years on the making. Not easy. Has been very hard and difficult, which most people don't understand how hard it is to become a legal U.S. resident, then to become a U.S. citizen. Definitely, it was a process, not easy. It was very hard for my family, for my wife especially. Through that many years, I was facing deportation because of, the current policies, anti-immigrant policies. And obviously, with the current administration, made it worse for immigrants like myself. So going to your point of why it's so important for me to not just to register to vote, but also voting for the right person. Let me tell you something very simple. Going through the process, I was scrutinized by the immigration officers of who I was, my background, my integrity, my moral character. Moral character are very important things when it comes to immigration laws. If you lie, if you forget something, those can be grounds for you to be denied or granted citizenship. Then forward, for me, it was a very personal and still very personal thing for me to vote against Donald Trump. He has lied. He has lied. He has lied so much to the American public. And not just to the American public, but to the world. As a man of moral character and integrity, I cannot allow that to continue to happen. So then forward, I always encourage people to hold our elected officials to the same standards as they hold us going through the immigration process. So that's why I voted against Donald Trump, because he has lied so much to us, to the people.
Thank you for that. And, how would you say your experience, being an immigrant, being in the union, how would you describe your experience?
You know what? That's a really cool question, because being an immigrant, you just first generation immigrant, you just belong to that small group, and usually that small group is your community, your own community, your a small immigrant community, right? And I mean, I was like that for 16 years of my life. So when I finally came involved with the union, IATSE Local 834 here in Atlanta, Georgia, and to have the brotherhood and the sisterhood that I have never experienced before. And the best thing is that someone that embraced me, the American people that embraced me, it was one of the most awesome feelings that you can ever have. Like being from another place, feeling persecuted or being pushed away by society. But then once you come into the union, to the IATSE family, it's very hard to describe. It's beautiful, it's awesome, and you finally belong to something, to somebody, to something bigger than yourself, people who really cares about you, your family. So till this day is still an awesome feeling, because throughout the process, you guys been great to me.
Awesome. Great to hear that. And, being a member of the IA, how would you say it has had an impact on, I guess, in that journey of waiting 21 years, it had an impact of you just never wanting to give up?
Well, many, many reasons. I'm being an immigrant, and before becoming a AI member, IATSE, I usually call us IATSE member. People don't understand that when you come to this country and first generation of immigrant, you really have no rights, especially labor rights. You know what I mean? You don't get benefits. You don't get an hour lunch, 30 minutes. You get at the most 15 minutes lunch as an immigrant. And to have all these things denied to you for 16 years, and when you become a union member and you see somebody's actually fighting for you, for your rights, for your benefits, to make sure you are a better person, and actually witnessing my IATSE brothers and sisters stepping up to defend your rights because somebody is trying to abuse that right, labor right, is just an awesome feeling. And that is one of the reasons too that I gotta tell you the truth. That's why I agreed to talk to you guys, because unions, IATSE family is so important to continue encouraging people like myself, or even people who are born here, not just to do better for themselves, but also to encourage people to vote for what is right for us, to vote for the person, for the candidate that sympathizes with unions, not with the person that is trying to get rid of the unions, because unions are the strong muscle of this country. So definitely has made a big positive impact having my family union on my side.
Thank you so much, Carlos, for sharing that. And so, what would you say are some of the issues that you're voting for and some of the issues that you're voting against?
Well, the issues that really bring my attention, and obviously the main one of the main things is that I do I can't vote for somebody who encourage violence against minorities like myself, black and brown. The current administration encouraged that and also praised that. I can't vote for that. I'm voting against that. Um, Not tolerance, and then actually it's just moral character. This president is just, it's terrible. It's terrible. One of the things that some of the issues that I really care about is also for unions to continue getting stronger, not weaker, or eventually being destroyed by the current administration. Unions are good. If you are employed, if you have a job, unions are good. They're there for you. So obviously, I'm voting against the person who's trying to get rid of us, get rid of the unions. Um, Also, for me, I have a lot of friends from the LGBT community and marriage. For me, I feel like they need to be protected under equally under the law as any other marriage should be. That's why I'm also encourage people to vote for Kamala Harris, Senator Kamala Harris, and Joe Biden, because I feel with them we have a better opportunity in succeeding with some of those goals to instead of having that division portion that we have right now. Even my friends from the LGBT community, they will have. I feel like they have a better chance for their rights to be equal to my rights.
Certainly, I couldn't agree with you more. Also, I'm curious, what made you decide to vote on election day instead of doing early voting?
Well, actually, let me tell you the truth. I did vote early. And the truth is, I did vote early because you have to remember, I'm a first time voter. Okay. And actually, I naturalized as a citizen this year on August 7th. So actually, just a few months ago. So for me to vote early, I was ready to almost encounter some issues because I'm in Georgia. So Georgia is also known for voter suppression. So I want to make sure if I go there early, if they will try to give me some kind of issues or some kind of trouble, I will have enough time to fix those issues and still being able to vote on election day or before election day. So I definitely I did vote early just to make sure my vote gets counted.
Well, awesome. I'm great to hear that. Um, I'm also, for those U.S. citizens who, don't exercise their right to vote, what are some words of encouragement? What would you share with them of why voting is important and they should exercise their right?
Well, there's many advices that I can give them. If you are born in America, I want them and I want you to remember that there was a lot of people who fought and also died for you to have that right. Okay, for you not to exercise in that right, okay, that's being disrespectful for the people who fought and suffered for you to have the privilege to vote. All you have to do is get registered and go to the polls and vote. You got that right. They fought for you. Don't forget that. If you don't vote, you make no decisions. You got no opinion. You got to get out there and vote. Vote for them that they cannot vote any longer. Vote for the ones who lost their life for whatever reason. They couldn't vote. You got to get out there and vote. There's no excuses. For me, I waited 21 years for this opportunity. It was not given to me. I earned it. I worked for it. And nobody can take that away. Since this very year, I will make sure I promise to myself, my wife, my family, and my friends that they cannot vote. I make sure every election cycle I will be there to represent you if you can vote, because if you don't have a voice, I will bring your voice to the table. People need to remember, some people have that right given to them. Some people like me, we earn it. We work for it. Another story too, I met a few years ago Miss Amelia Boynton Robinson. She was one of the very first African Americans to fight for women's rights, for the right to vote. And to hear her story, how she was beaten down in Alabama because she was protesting for the right for you to vote. And have people out here complaining that they have to wait in line. It's just not acceptable. I heard her story firsthand, face to face. She shared her story with me. When I met her, she was 98, 99. But she fought along Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And to hear what these men and women went through the civil rights, for people to have the right to vote and they're not exercising their right, makes me angry. So yes, those are words of encouragement. Encouragement for people that they can vote, to get out there and vote. Especially if you're black and brown, you need to get your butt out there and vote. Period. So I'm sorry, that's I get intense with that, but it's been it's been rough, a hard journey. Um, and when I come across people, oh, I mean, my vote don't count. Oh, it won't make any difference. It's not excuses anymore. These
Mhm.
elections are this election is super important to all of us,
Mhm.
including for the IATSE family. So please vote for the right person that is going to stand by us and with us.
Right, right. No, I certainly agree. And for those naturalized citizens who are waiting, for the opportunity to vote and for them to be eligible, what are some, encouraging words that you would share with them?
Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. Many times people tell me, including lawyers, plenty of lawyers, tell my wife and me, there is nothing we can do for you. You most likely are going to be deported. We even went to see some elected officials. Can you help us? What can we do? You know what their answer was? It's pathetic, but their answer was, the best thing you can do, and this is from some of our representatives here in Merida, Republicans. You know what they
Hmm.
tell me. The best
Right.
thing for you to do is to pack up your stuff and leave. Yes, yes. So, no, it's not acceptable. No excuses. Don't give up. Hang in there. On my case, I waited 21 years. Okay? 21 years. And I really thought I was going to end up being deported. And it was rough. It was rough. And a lot of my friends, even my IATSE family, I remember during the work hours, break, whatever, they're like, hey man, how's your case doing? How's your family doing? What can we do for you? That is also the support from our union brothers and sisters. What can we do for you? How can we help you? Oh man, we wish we can talk to these representatives. Of course, the union they use a different language, but don't give up. Don't give up. Go ahead.
Well, that was, all of my questions for today. Thank you so much for these words of encouragement. Thank you so much for this insight. Thank you so much for waiting the 21 years and not giving up. I feel like, you're definitely going to be, you are an inspiration. And I'm so happy that, your IATSE sisters and brothers have been there, by your side, been a support system every step of the way. And, again, thank you so much, Carlos, for everything that you've provided in this interview today.
Well, no, it was my pleasure, and then I think people need to know the story of. It's not easy. It's not easy to become a citizen, and also there is other things. People make assumptions that illegal immigrants, as they call us, illegal immigrants vote, illegal
Mhm.
immigrants get the job, illegal immigrants infiltrating the unions. No, not at all. I also want people to know that even when you decide to join the union to the process, it's pretty fair. It's pretty fair. I won't call it hard or bad, but it's fair to American citizens. So,
Mhm.
and also, I want people to know that no, if you have not papers or if you're here undocumented, now you cannot vote. So that is a lie. People want to continue feeding on. So that's another one of the things that I want the message to get out there. For you to be able to vote, you have to be a citizen of this country, and that is not an easy thing to do. So
Mhm.
I think that's some of the things that I also would like to uh, for that to get out there.
Right, right. No, I certainly agree. Well, again, thank you so much. I look forward to following your story. And, one day left. So let's, fingers crossed we have a victory after tomorrow.
Megan, I am so excited. I finally seen your face. I know who I'm talking to, and of course, you've probably seen this.
Oh, awesome, awesome.
Let me put it on just to make sure people know. Yes, it's me.
Yes, we are
Just to make
friends.
just to make sure. Yes, it is me right here. So that's the very famous mask now. Yes, it is me. And Megan, I really want to thank you to share our story with our brothers and sisters. I know that I also am aware that they've been following up that story, and if there is some words of encouragement of what I just shared with you, I'm all for it. And then hopefully they make the right decision to vote for Joe Biden and Senator Kamala Harris.
I agree. I certainly agree. Well, again, thank you so much for amplifying your story and all the best to you, Carlos.